On this episode of Canine Corner, it's all about starting the new year off on the right paw. We'll be sharing some New Year's paw solutions. We'll stop by Bark and Torrance and learn about how they're helping animals. Plus, we'll be learning some New Year's pet safety tips. And we'll introduce you to this adorable little guy who's looking for a forever home. All this coming up right now on Canine Corner. Hi there, I'm Riannon Trutanich, your host for Canine Corner, the show that your dog will give 2 paws up. 2019 is here, and today we're going to be talking all about starting the new year off on the right paw with your canine companion. My co-host Popeye Trutanich will be here to help me share some paw solutions, and we'll stop by the Beach Animal Rehabilitation Center and learn about how they're helping animals. Plus, Jean Brusovich from Tranquil Pet will be here talking about New Year's safety for dogs. But first, before we kick off the new year, let's meet some adorable rescue dogs who are still looking for their forever homes.
This little guy is Josh. He is just a huggable little bundle of energy. We think he's probably about 4 years old. He's so happy. He always has a smile on his face. When he greets you, he gives you the full body hug. All 4 paws just wraps around you. He is full of love. But what he's looking for is he's looking for someone to share his heart with. He needs a forever home. He loves other dogs, but I think he could also be okay as an only dog. Every person that I've seen him with really enjoys him, and he also enjoys their company. The one thing, though, that I would say is they would need to be careful feeding him, because I think in his past he might not have had enough food to eat, and sometimes he gets a little nervous that he might not be eating again. So he just needs somebody that's going to be a little patient with him, and once he realizes that he's going to be having food, I think he'll be just fine. And he's not really a barker. At the adoption events, I haven't seen him make a lot of noise. He's a great sized dog. It's almost like he's a medium sized dog. So if you're looking for just a little bit bigger, but not too big, he is the perfect sized dog.
And he would make an amazing companion.
Oh, absolutely.
10 minutes we've been here.
Yes.
He's the best companion.
And his tail wags the whole time. He's just so happy to be out.
So Julio has been in our rescue for almost 3 years. He was on the euthanasia list at Carson Animal Shelter, and he was caught by animal control as a stray, and he was fully intact and stuff. And he was sitting in the shelter for about a week, and he moved himself up to the youth list because he tried to bite animal control officers. So took a chance on him, and 3 years later, I'm still chancing on him. But he's a good dog. He just needs the right person to, he's not going to be that cuddle dog right away. He's got to learn to trust you, and then after that, he's a normal dog. So he gets along with dogs. He needs a good energy home that's pretty calm and not excitable, like me. Just calm and lazy and couch potato and a few walks a day, and he's good with that.
Billy and Brandon are 8 months old, and they've been in another foster's home. They were found when they were little kittens, and she took them in. Now they're ready to be adopted. She had a couple dogs as well, so they'd probably be fine with dogs too. They are very friendly cats. This particular foster has a lot of very friendly cats. In fact, we had 3 of them adopted recently.
If you are interested in adopting any of these dogs, please give us a call at 310-618-5762 or email us at caninecorner@torranceca.gov, and we can put you in contact with the rescue group. Now, we have introduced you to a lot of dogs this year, and many of them have been adopted. Let's say hi one more time and meet their forever families. Beach Animal Rehabilitation Center in Torrance is helping pets get back on their paws with cutting-edge treatments. Let's learn more about the different conditions they can help with and the treatment options they offer. Meeting Holly Fox at the Beach Animal Rehabilitation Center, you probably wouldn't be able to guess her age.
Our dog is 16 years old, and we've been coming to Bark for a little over a year.
Holly receives treatment at Bark, including acupuncture, to help keep her on her paws.
We'll come in and she'll be having a lot of trouble standing, for instance, and after she comes out of here, she's so much better. She walks better, stands better, and she's very happy to come here and see all the people that take care of her.
Holly's family believes Bark is the reason she doesn't act her age.
Holly has maintained or progressed in a positive way compared to other dogs that I know that are in similar situations with the back legs being problems. She is doing better than they are, and I owe it all to Bark, I think.
The veterinarians and physical therapists at Bark understand how pets age.
Dogs age a lot faster than we do, which is why they don't live as long. And they have a lot of the same issues that we do as we age. So take some of your aches and pains that you didn't have when you were 20 that you now have when you're 40. Those are the same things that dogs get.
The Beach Animal Rehabilitation Center is dedicated to helping animals live their fullest lives no matter their age by using cutting-edge treatments.
So there's a lot of things that we can do to help those aging pets as well. Obviously here we're doing rehab, which includes acupuncture, physical therapy, which can be a lot of manual work, soft tissue work, stretching, modalities like laser and ultrasound. We have an underwater treadmill, so a lot of dogs that may not be able to walk as far, as long, can do a little bit better sometimes in the underwater treadmill because of the buoyancy factor.
Since animals can't tell us what is wrong, pet parents and professionals have to recognize and pay attention to changes.
And they equally can have strains and sprains of muscles and tendons as well as just like we do, and they don't know how to stretch those or how to rest those to heal, and they don't have that off button per se. So, we can help them with that, and we can more so help the owner understand how to help their pet.
Before starting treatment, pet parents and their fur babies sit down with the professionals at Bark for a full consultation.
We'll find out through our evaluation where the tight muscles are, where the restrictions are in joint range of motion and mobility issues, and then we'll teach the owner what exercises to do or how to stretch that pet at home so that they can help their pet at home as well.
One client brought her dog who could not walk to Bark after being told he needed to have surgery.
We take the dog to the neurologist, and the neurologist see the only way he get well is surgery. But we don't want to do that because the recovery after surgery was very hard.
Toby goes to Bark 3 times a week where he gets acupuncture and walks in the underwater treadmill. And not only is he walking without a wheelchair now, but getting back on his paws has helped him lose weight.
I lost a lot of weight. Every time we came was half pound, 1 pound, 2 pounds. Yeah, start losing weight.
Before starting at Bark and changing his diet, Toby weighed 44 pounds. Less than 4 months later, his weight is down to 26 pounds.
It's not just an appearance thing. It affects the longevity of the dog. There's been research that shows that dogs that are overweight, they have a decreased life expectancy by up to 2 years. They have, an earlier onset of chronic disease. They have less of a quality of life. So it's not just, oh, well, my dog is heavy and, it's affecting their knee. Yes, it's affecting their knee, but it's also affecting their quality of life and the longevity of their life.
And not only is a team at Bark helping pets overcome their physical ailments, but they are also helping pets and their parents change their pets' lifestyles through their diets.
From our perspective, we think the best diet is a non-processed, natural diet, that is calorie appropriate, protein appropriate, nutritionally appropriate. What we do is we go through the diet. We have to see, what the dog's needs are. We calculate their caloric requirement, And then we kind of figure out what the owner is able to do. We have to be able to realistically work with the owner. Are they willing to cook for their dog? Sometimes that's not an option. Sometimes they can do it sometimes, but not all the time. So it really depends on what's going to be realistic. But then we kind of go through and we try to move them away as much as possible from the kibbles, from the processed, and start to incorporate things like vegetables and whole foods.
Changing a dog's diet means swapping treats for vegetables and feeding high-quality food. But since every dog is different, the team at Bark works on a case-by-case basis with pets and their owners to find the right meal plan.
I think that it's one of those things where we always have to be assessing and seeing what's right for them. An older dog does have different requirements, but especially in an older dog, it becomes really important because we want to try and maintain their health for as long as we can. You get away with things when you're young. You get away with things. Puppies get away with things. 2-year-old dogs get away with things. 12-year-old dogs don't get away with things. So it becomes even more important to have, in my opinion, to have a really, really optimal diet.
And if your dog won't trade cookies for carrots, there are some ways the team at Bark makes sure dogs get the nutrition they need.
We have some tricks that we use. So when we put together, we actually have a product here that is our recipe. And we basically have, it's our veggie paste we call it, but it's a combination of different green vegetables with blueberry and turmeric and pepper and a few other things. And we put it in a blender because we know that this way they can't pick out the blueberries. And sometimes that works, and some dogs that, their owners say, oh, they don't like vegetable, and sometimes they'll eat it anyway, and they do like it, and everybody's shocked that they like it. But sometimes it's a little bit of trial and error, and maybe they won't eat all the vegetables we want, and maybe there's 1 or 2 that they will eat, and that's what we'll give them.
Whether it's coming up with a meal plan to help a dog lose weight or helping an aging dog overcome an ailment, the team at Bark is dedicated to helping animals.
With what we do, with not only just the education for the owner in terms of nutrition, in terms of treatment and stretching and how much is too much and all that, we do have or are able to keep some of these dogs living longer, more functional, happy, as pain-free as possible.
And that mission of helping dogs live longer, happier lives is in the smiles and wagging tails of the clients and their canine companions.
We have seen so many dogs here that seem to be getting a lot of great care from these people, and we know that Holly has. And so don't wait. If you think your pet is having some problems physically, come on in and give it a try and see what you think. It certainly has helped Holly.
If you would like more information about the Beach Animal Rehabilitation Center, please visit beachanimalrehab.com or call 310-542-2727.
The work they're doing at Bark is truly helping animals. We're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. There's much more doggone fun when we come back. Welcome back to Canine Corner. I'm your host, Riannon Trutanich. 2019 is here, and setting those resolutions or paw solutions for all the pups out there can be tough. So my co-host Popeye Trutanich is here to help me share some ways to start the new year off on the right paw.
So Popeye and I are here at the CitiCABLE office where we are hard at work getting a jump start on next year's Canine Corner episodes. And we realize that we haven't talked about New Year's resolutions for you and your dog. So we're gonna share some paw solutions so you and your pup can have the best year yet. So let's start with diet and nutrition. Now, nutrition is great because if you make a few simple changes to your dog's diet, it goes a long way. Of course, you should always talk to your dog's veterinarian before making any changes to his diet, right, Popeye? But the first thing you're going to want to remember, and maybe something you're going to want to start doing for the new year, is to measure out your dog's food properly by using a scoop. Popeye, you're getting excited. Here I have a food scoop that I use for Popeye's food, and then I know how much food I'm actually feeding him. So I use that because you don't want to be overfeeding or underfeeding your dog. So this is kind of the universal way to know how much food you're actually feeding your canine companion. Now, the next thing that you're going to want to do to kind of start the new year off right is, I know that we all have those food containers for our dogs to keep, their food fresh, which is wonderful. But before you dump all the food in there, take a look at the packaging that your dog's food comes in. On the back here, I have Popeye's food bag. You're gonna see different things. There's the calorie content, so I know how much food he's actually getting in one of those cups. And then on top of it, there's the ingredients, which is always great to read, so I know what I'm feeding him specifically. And then there's actually the feeding guide. So this is really important so you know how much to actually feed your dog based on his size. So I can see here it goes from 3 pounds all the way up to 175 pounds. Because again, you don't want to be overfeeding your dog, you don't want to be underfeeding him. So this is kind of the way to know exactly what you should be feeding your dog. You can either keep the packaging, or you can even cut out this portion, or even just take a photo of it on your phone, just so you have it to reference in case you forget, like I do sometimes. Now, we do wash our own bowls and plates for food, but how often do we wash our dog's food bowls? So that's something to kind of implement for the new year, making sure that you wash your dog's bowls every now and then, or on a weekly basis, or a couple times a week. You can check the bowl itself and see if it's dishwasher safe. You can pop it in there, or just let it soak. It's important to do to keep your dog's food bowls clean. So now let's talk about exercise and hygiene. Now, exercise, as we know, is great. It's great for our dogs, it's great for us, but it can be hard to fit it in our busy schedules. So maybe in 2019, just finding, time to take a walk around the block a couple times a week, or even just throwing the ball or the frisbee for your dog in the yard is a great way to get a little bit more outdoor activity in for your canine companion. Now, hygiene is another important topic for dogs, and something that can sometimes get neglected a little bit. We all take our dogs to the vet, we all make sure that they get their vaccines, they get the care that they need, but sometimes it's the day-to-day stuff that can be a little bit hard to keep up on. So, brushing your dog's teeth is a big one. Uh-oh, he recognizes this. That's actually one of my paw solutions for me and Popeye in 2019 is to brush his teeth more often. Of course, you should talk to your dog's vet before starting any new hygiene regimen or anything like that, but this is already vet approved for Popeye. I have his doggy toothpaste because of course you don't want to use a toothpaste that's for people. You want to use one specifically for dogs, and I actually have his little doggy toothbrush here from Harbor Animal Hospital, and just gonna put a little bit on the toothbrush. Now this is new that Popeye and I have started, and let's see here. Can I brush your teeth? Ooh. Come here. And I just kind of get all his teeth. I won't do the full brushing that we normally do, but let's get those pretty ones in the front. You got great teeth, Popeye. And we try to do this every morning. Some mornings are harder than others. All right, that's enough for right now, okay? We already brushed his teeth this morning anyway. But just remembering to do that is also great. But again, talk to your vet before you start brushing your dog's teeth, just in case he or she has any medical conditions. Now, another great way to keep up on your dog's hygiene is to brush your dog. I have Popeye's soft bristle and hard bristle brush here, and it's a great way because you can brush your dog to kind of get some of that extra fur out of there that will end up in your house if you don't. And on top of it, it's a great way to kind of check your dog. Brushing your dog on a daily basis lets you notice any changes, any skin conditions, anything like that. And it's also a really, really great way to bond with your dog, which is actually our next topic. Bonding with your dog, which is my favorite new habit for 2019. There's a couple of things that you can do to just kind of strengthen the bond between you and your canine companion. The first thing you can do is to maybe take a photo of your dog every day. It's just a fun, nice break from the routine. Just snap a photo of your dog on your phone. And it's kind of cool to look back at the end of the year and have a photo of your dog from every single day. If you're like me, you'll probably have multiple photos of your dog from every single day. Huh, Popeye? Now, the next thing that you can do is to just notice your dog's behavior more. Kind of be more in tune with your pup. Watch him or her when they wake up in the morning and see, is he stretching a little bit more? Is he having a harder time getting up? Does he seem more tired at night? Being more in tune with your dog and noticing those little changes helps you understand your pup more. Now, finally, the last thing that you can do to enhance the bond between you and your dog is to just spend quality time with your pup. Popeye and I love hanging out together. I mean, as you can see how relaxed he is right now. Just kind of carving out that time during the day, whether it's 10 minutes in the morning or 20 minutes at night, and just kind of hang out together. Maybe if you're reading a book, your dog can curl up on the couch next to you, or watching a movie or something like that. You can even do something nice for your dog. I have Popeye's paw balm here. I'm just gonna give him a little paw massage, which I love a paw massage, and I know that he does too. So if your dog is okay with that and likes, to be touched, then you can massage their paws or just pet them a little bit right here between the eyes, and it's just relaxing. So Popeye and I are going to head back upstairs and get back to work on the show. But if you give any of these ideas a try, let us know. Tag us on social media using #K9PawSolutions. Now, the best way to start the new year off right is to keep your pets safe on New Year's Eve. Jean Brusovich from Tranquil Pet is here to share some safety tips. Can setting off confetti poppers hurt my dog's ears?
New Year's?
Yes.
Be careful of those poppers that have the confetti in them, the noise. Those are harmful. They hurt the dogs. They're harmful to them.
How can I keep my pet safe on New Year's Eve?
Keep it locked in a safe room. Have the radio or the television going. Make sure they have plenty of water. If possible, there's things that you can give them that might calm them down ahead of time. I don't use this, but there's something called a Thunder Shirt out there that they guarantee that it helps calm the dog down. I don't know. I do know people that have used it and said that they do like it. You just keep that quiet environment. Locked, make sure the gate's locked, make sure that they have a collar, hopefully they're chipped.
Is alcohol harmful to pets?
Alcoholic beverages for your dogs. I've seen many gentlemen, especially around the 4th of July at parties, giving the dog the beer bottle to drink the beer out of the bottle. No. I mean, I start yelling. No alcohol. That's not safe for the dogs. It's toxic to them. Right. Champagne, any alcoholic beverage is toxic to your animal.
Does the sound from blowing horns on New Year's Eve hurt my dog's ears?
Their ears are very sensitive, and their hearing, just like their sense of smell, it's like 100 times greater than ours. And so, if they react to it, it's because it's hurting their ears.
If you are interested in contacting Jean or finding out more information about Tranquil Pet, please visit tranquilpet.com. Now, if you missed the rescue pups at the beginning of our show, or if you want to see the adorable dogs again, here's your recap. Josh is a Tibetan Terrier miniature Schnauzer mix. He's a very sweet dog. He gets along with other dogs and loves to play. He's neutered and house-trained. He would make a great companion. Julio is a terrier. He was rescued from the Carson shelter where he was on the euthanasia list. He's a very sweet dog once he gets to know you and trust you. He would do best in a mellow home. Billy and Brandon are brothers. They are 8-month-old American Shorthair mixes. They were found when they were kittens and fostered until they were ready for adoption. They are very sweet cats. They would do best in any type of home. If you are interested in adopting any of these dogs, please give us a call at 310-618-5762 or email us at caninecorner@torranceca.gov and we can put you in contact with the rescue group.
If you want even more Canine Corner or just want to say hello or share you and your pup's paw solutions with us, we always love to hear from you. Be sure to like our Facebook page and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us here on Canine Corner. I'm Riannon Trutanich and we'll see you next time.